In the 96-year history of the FOP, or the Fraternal Order of Police, there have only been two times they did not back the Republican candidate. Those two times were 1992 and 1996, and both of those times were for Bill Clinton. Hello, and welcome to my famous, infamous speech, with the subject of which will be Bill Clinton. I'm going to be covering his beginnings and how he got into politics. I'm going to cover what he did while he was in office, and I'm going to say what he's done in his post-presidential career. He was born August 19th, 1946 in Hope, Arkansas. In high school, he had a chance encounter where he met President John F. Kennedy, which led him to a life of public service and political aspirations also. He graduated from Georgetown University in 1968, and he won the Rhodes Scholarship to Oxford University. He got a law degree from Yale in 1973, and he headed off towards politics. In 1978, he was elected the governor of Arkansas, which made him the youngest governor this country's seen in over 40 years. In 1982, he was elected president, and he became the 42nd president of the United States, and in 1996, he did a repeat and had his second term. Now, everyone knows about the Lewinsky scandal, the blue dress. That's what dominated his second term and put quite a damper on the whole thing. That is unfortunately what he's remembered a lot for, but it's not what he did. It's only one aspect of it, and it's a negative aspect. If you put that aside, he accomplished so much more while he was president. He implemented the Family and Medical Leave Act of 1993. He implemented the Don't Ask, Don't Tell policy. He signed a Violent Crime Control and Law Enforcement Act, which added over 100,000 policemen and instituted harsher punishments for crimes, and he even increased the national minimum wage. His greatest accomplishment as president, however, was that he led our nation to a period of strong economic prosperity. While he was in office, our nation enjoyed the lowest unemployment rates that we haven't seen in recent times. We had the lowest inflation rate in decades. We had the highest homeownership rate in history. Because of all of this, he proposed and he achieved a budget that ended a budget surplus at the end of his first term and when he left office. When he was traveling, his popularity was so great that he even drew huge crowds when he traveled across the world. South America, Europe, Russia, Africa, China. He advocated a U.S.-style freedom that when he traveled those countries, he was followed like it was a rock concert that was visiting. Soon after leaving the White House, he hasn't slowed down. He's kept going. He established the William J. Clinton Foundation, which has a mission to improve global health, strengthen economies, and promote healthier childhoods, among other things. He started the Clinton Health Access Initiative, which helps over 4.5 million people who are living with HIV and AIDS access to life-saving drugs that they do need. He started the Clinton Economic Opportunity Initiative, which helps individuals and families succeed and increases small business growth in underdeserved countries. And he started the Clinton Global Initiative, which brings together global leaders to devise and implement innovative solutions to some of the world's most pressing issues. So far, 2,300 global initiative commitments have improved the lives of more than 400 million people in over 180 countries. As recently as 2012, even, at the Democratic National Convention, he gave a speech where he was a strong supporter of incumbent President Barack Obama and Joe Biden. The speech garnered wide success in the form of positive news reports and social media responses. And that speech is a large part as to why I'm giving this speech. I watched that speech, and it reminded me of him. When he was president in 1992 and 1996, I remember those years, and I remember that the country as a whole was in a good place. The economy seemed to be in a great place. People were buying houses left and right. Everything was going well. And when he gave that speech, and he talked about everything that he believed Obama to be, and that he could achieve, I remembered all those times, and it gives a good feeling about the man. If he can endorse someone like that, you know there's got to be something there. And also in that speech, when you watch it, the way he speaks to you is that if you're an actual person. He doesn't speak above you. He doesn't use language that you don't understand. He speaks to you using regular words that you completely understand and that you can follow exactly what he's talking about. And again, that's the reason why ultimately I chose him as the subject of this speech. So today I discussed President Bill Clinton. I discussed how he got into politics, what he accomplished during his presidency, and I said what he's been doing toward ever since then. And as a closing comment, I implore everybody to watch that speech. You're already on YouTube, so just go and search for the speech he gave at the 2012 Democratic National Convention and listen to it. If you're an Obama supporter, you'll probably remain that way. If you're a Romney supporter, you'll probably remain that way. But if you are undecided or if you're unsure at all, if you watch the speech that he gave, it might sway you one way or the other. You might watch that and see things a little bit differently, and you might have a different opinion of the whole political situation. So if you're unsure, or even the tiniest bit unsure, watch that speech, and it may change things for you. It's a little bit long, but it's worth it, I feel. Thank you for watching, and take care.